Does your walk with your dog feel more like a tug-of-war match? You're picturing a peaceful stroll, but instead, you're getting your arm yanked out of its socket. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. This is one of the biggest frustrations for dog owners everywhere. But what if I told you that in the next few minutes, you'll understand exactly why your dog does this and learn the first crucial steps to stop it for good? Stick around, because your walks are about to change forever. Leash pulling isn't just your dog being stubborn or naughty. It's actually a very natural canine behavior, and understanding the why behind it is the secret to solving the problem. Let's break down the most common reasons. First and foremost, dogs have a much faster natural walking pace than we do. We stroll, they trot. For them, our walking speed can feel excruciatingly slow, so they pull to move at a pace that's more comfortable and natural for them. It is like being stuck behind a slow walker in a hallway. You'd want to speed up too, right? Another huge factor is excitement and sensory overload. The outside world is an incredible buffet of sights, sounds, and, most importantly, smells for your dog. Think about it from their perspective. Every mailbox, fire hydrant, and blade of grass holds a story, a P-mail left by another dog. They're pulling because they are desperate to get to that next fascinating smell or see that squirrel before it disappears up a tree. Their destination-oriented mindset means they refocused on getting from point A to point B as fast as possible, and you're just the anchor holding them back. It's not malicious, it's pure, unadulterated curiosity and instinct. Let's also talk about something called oppositional reflex. This is an instinctual response in many animals, including dogs. When they feel pressure pulling them back, their natural reaction is to pull forward against it. So every time you yank back on the leash, you might actually be encouraging your dog to pull even harder. It's a vicious cycle. They pull, you pull back, they pull forward with more force, and the battle continues. This is why simply pulling back on the leash rarely works in the long run. It triggers their instinct to resist. Now let's consider the training aspect, or lack thereof. Have we ever actually taught our dogs what we want them to do on a walk? For many dogs, they learn a simple equation from a young age. Pulling gets me where I want to go. If they pull and you eventually give in and let them move forward to sniff that interesting spot, you've just rewarded the pulling behavior. Even if it only works for them some of the time, it's a form of intermittent reinforcement, which is a very powerful motivator to keep trying. They've learned that pulling pays off. A loose leash walk is a skill, just like sit or stay, and it needs to be taught with patience and consistency. Without clear instruction, the dog will simply do what feels most natural, and that's to forge ahead. The equipment you use can also play a significant role. A standard collar puts all the pressure directly on your dog's neck when they pull. This can be uncomfortable and even harmful, potentially causing damage to their trachea. Sometimes this discomfort can even make them more anxious and frantic, leading to more pulling. While harnesses can be a great alternative, not all are created equal. A back clip harness, where the leash attaches to the dog's back, can still allow them to use their full body weight to pull forward, almost like a sled dog. It doesn't give you much control to redirect them. This is why many trainers recommend front clip harnesses, but we'll dive deeper into equipment choices in a bit. The key takeaway is that the wrong equipment can inadvertently make the problem worse. So let's recap the core reasons your dog is pulling. 1. Their natural pace is faster than yours. 2. The world is an incredibly exciting place filled with irresistible smells and sights. 3. The oppositional reflex where pulling back makes them pull forward. And 4. They've learned that pulling works because it gets them what they want. It's never just one thing. It's usually a combination of these factors. The good news is that once you understand these motivations, you can start to address them effectively. You're no longer just fighting against the pulling, you're working with your dog's nature. Now that we understand the why, let's talk about the first steps to creating change. The foundation of a good walk starts before you even leave the house. If your dog is bouncing off the walls with pent-up energy, that energy is going to explode the second you step outside. So, try a quick 5-minute training session or a game of tug or fetch indoors to burn off that initial burst of excitement. This helps them start the walk in a calmer, more focused state of mind. Also, practice calmness at the door. If your dog gets frantic when you grab the leash, wait. Stand still and silent until they offer a moment of calm, maybe a sit or just 4 paws on the floor. Only then does the leash get clipped on. This teaches them that calm behavior is the key that unlocks the walk. Once you're outside, the goal is to make walking next to you more rewarding than pulling ahead. This is where high-value treats come in. I'm not talking about their regular kibble. I'm talking about small, tasty pieces of chicken, cheese, or store-bought training treats. The idea is to become a walking treat dispenser. Start in a low-distraction environment, like your backyard or a quiet street. The moment the leash is loose and your dog is by your side, say yes and give them a treat. Repeat this over and over. You want them to start thinking, wow, being near my human is where the good stuff happens. The key is to keep the training sessions short and positive. 5 to 10 minutes at a time is plenty. What do you do when they inevitably pull? Stop moving instantly. The second you feel tension on the leash, you become a tree. Don't yank, don't scold, just stop. The forward motion ceases entirely. Wait patiently. Eventually, your dog will turn around to see why you've stopped. The moment they look back or take a step toward you, and the leash goes slack, say yes. Reward them and start walking again. This teaches them a new crystal clear equation. A tight leash means we go nowhere, but a loose leash means the walk continues, and I might get a treat. This requires immense patience at first. Your first few walks might only get you to the end of your driveway, and that's okay. You are rebuilding the foundation from scratch. Let's revisit equipment. For many owners struggling with pulling, a front clip harness can be a game changer. When the leash attaches to a ring on the dog's chest, it changes the physics of pulling. If they pull forward, the harness gently turns their body back toward you. This doesn't cause pain or trigger the oppositional reflex. It simply removes their leverage and redirects their attention back to you. It's not a magic fix, but it's a tool that makes training much easier because it prevents the dog from successfully practicing the pulling behavior while you teach them the alternative. It gives you the control you need to implement the be a tree method effectively. Remember that a walk is not just about physical exercise, it's about mental enrichment. So build in designated sniff breaks. Let your dog have moments where they are allowed to explore and be a dog. You can even put it on a cue like, go sniff. During these times, you let the leash be loose and let them lead the way for a minute or two. Then, use a cue like, let's go, and reward them for re-engaging with you for the loose leash walking portion. This satisfies their need to explore while still maintaining the structure of the walk. It creates a partnership where both your needs and your dog's needs are met. The walk becomes a team activity, not a battle of wills. Consistency is everything. Everyone who walks the dog needs to be on the same page, using the same methods. If one person lets the dog pull and another doesn't, the dog will get confused and the training will be much less effective. It takes time to undo a learned behavior that has been practiced for months or even years. There will be good days and bad days. Don't get discouraged. Celebrate the small victories, the few steps with a loose leash, the moment they chose to look at you instead of lunging at a squirrel. Every step in the right direction is progress. By understanding your dog's natural instincts, managing their energy, rewarding the right choices and using the right tools, you can transform your walks. You can move from being an anchor to being a team captain, guiding your dog on a journey you can both enjoy. It's a process that builds a deeper bond and a more harmonious relationship. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps you understand your canine companion a little better and gives you the confidence to start your journey toward peaceful walks. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more dog training tips. Let us know in the comments what your biggest walking challenge is. We'll see you in the next video.